Hi, Jim.
Hey, Nibbles, how's it going?
How's it going? It's been a month, my
Yeah.
dude.
I it's so funny too, because recently we were like, oh man, I want to do like a podcast episode, but like there's nothing to talk about right now.
Yeah, and then we
And
got
then
surprised with this, so that was nice
yeah,
to see. That was nice to
I
see.
I, k- I kind of love that about Nintendo. Like I'll be honest, like you won't hear anything for a while, and they'll hit you with something out of left field, and you're like,
I wasn't
all right,
expecting that, but this is a nice
yeah,
surprise, and I will say this was a nice surprise. I, this is gonna sound weird until if I can even fully explain it, but I don't like how produced these gameplay videos usually are. It really bothers me.
right,
I don't like how scripted they are, but I understand it because they got to show off certain things, and But I still wish it was just a little bit more fluid and quote unquote real. But I did like what we saw. I did like
hmm
what they gave us. I'm just gonna say it now. This is the Legend of Zelda nuts and bolts of the kingdom.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
That's what we were talking about before. Like it's very much so
and I'm okay
that
with
kind of
that
feeling.
because I think that this is
Yeah,
gonna enhance what nuts and bolts was trying to do. What
right.
13, 14 years ago? When did nuts and bolts
Yeah,
come out? Let's find out. I should have googled all of this whenever I was sitting here waiting, but I
just
didn't because
didn't.
who thinks of these things while they're sitting and waiting? Nuts and bolts came out in not in 2000. No, it did not come out in 2000. That's what time. That's when. Uh, that doesn't make any sense.
Math?
No, this article makes no sense. Okay, it came out in '08.
Right. In '08, yeah.
Yeah, so we're
Yeah.
looking at what, 15 years ago?
Yeah. And it's kind of crazy because like
We hated it 15 years ago, but
yeah,
here in Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, everybody's, nobody can wait. Everybody's like, oh my god, all the possibilities, but we all thought Nuts and Bolts was stupid, and I still do think Nuts and
right.
Bolts is stupid. It doesn't
I
even
still think that, yeah.
it's
And
not the
I
Banjo
was
Kazooie game, but
no.
it makes me sad because, like, on the one hand, I feel like this is just a rehash of old mechanics from a previous game, much less a
Right.
different series. But I think what they've done with it is astounding.
Yeah, I think it looks great. It's funny, my first thoughts when they showed us the beginning of the gameplay, I was like, wow, this looks just like Breath of the Wild. And I mean, obviously it would. But you know what I mean? Like it kind of seems like a seamless transition to a new game, same console, same graphics.
But that's the thing though, is
Um,
the engines and the development cycle has had 6 years to improve. So
exactly.
while it
So
does
it's
look
gonna
the same, I do
yeah.
foresee a better, or well, no, I hope to see a better
Yeah.
performing game. I will say that there's a couple things technically, in the distance things look a little more pixelated, and
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see that stutter that we saw in the Pokemon games, and in a couple of
Right.
games that have that far FOV. We're gonna see that little like jaunty animation to get up close. I think we're gonna see that again, but I think that's
Yeah.
just how the engine is built, and I'm okay with
Yeah.
that. It looks cheap, but it works. Because I
I
mean,
think that like
honestly, looking at Scarlet and Violet, like, I mean, I didn't experience very many
yeah.
game-breaking crashes. I just saw a
No.
lot of stuff that bothered me, but I never
Right.
ruined the experience. So I think again we're gonna see that here. We're gonna see a lot of stuff that's gonna
Which
bother
is
me.
which is crazy because like there was so much of it visually that was bad, but it never made me stop enjoying the game.
Yeah, I always had fun, so I think we're gonna see that same thing here.
Yeah.
I think a lot of what this game's gonna offer though is gonna be again with what we saw with Breath of the Wild, and we're still seeing with Breath of the Wild is tips and tricks being still revealed 7 years, 6 years
Right.
later. This game's gonna last a whole lot longer, I think, because of the crazy things you can do. And with that, let's jump into one of my favorite new abilities we saw. And you think I'm gonna
hmm
say fuse, but I'm not gonna say fuse. I'm gonna say freaking ascend.
That was an incredible bit there because how many times did you just spend so long trying to scale
Climb
and
up a
run out of
mountain.
stamina?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I will say, if we see dungeons or if we see temples,
Mm.
I'm thinking that we're gonna get to that point. This power doesn't work here, like the
Right.
bicycle in Pokemon. You can't ride that here. Like,
but
okay,
but
well
I
then
think we're
don't
gonna
do it
get
to me.
dungeons or temples or whatever that are focused around that ability, where you're meant
No,
to.
I don't think because there's only
No,
four. I don't see why they would only put 4 dungeons in the game. I
oh,
mean,
only four
of course,
abilities. Well, that we know of.
we're talking about Breath of the Wild that only had 4 divine
Yeah,
beasts, but
right.
still, I think if they're gonna give us dungeons, they're
But
gonna
an
give
insane
us
amount
they're gonna
of
give us like
shrines.
8 dungeons, 8 or 9,
Yeah,
like
and
they've done in every single Zelda game except for Breath
I
of
know
the
that
Wild.
we obviously didn't get any word on stuff like that, but I gotta say, like, the ascend thing was really neat.
Well,
I, I
I think it's cool that he said anywhere you see a ceiling, you can
yeah,
ascend.
and it's wild to me too, like, because like the crafting element, like my favorite thing I thought was, wow, in Breath of the Wild I had so many monster parts that I never did anything with, and the fact that I can use those to craft arrows is incredible.
Well, you're not so much crafting arrows as you are fusing parts to make it
Right,
do stuff.
you're fusing those parts, but you're crafting a new style arrow. You're crafting your ice arrows. You're
Well, I
making
also think I think
secret
we're also
arrows.
gonna see ice and thunder and fire. I don't see how in the couple of 100 years that this game's in between that and Breath of the Wild, I don't think that technology is gonna disappear. Maybe the ancient stuff will go
No,
away. Maybe we won't see guardians anymore, so we won't have
yeah.
ancient arrows.
Well, it seems we have these constructs now, right? So
Well, they're the Zokai. I had this all prepped in a note, and I completely deleted that note on complete accident a little bit ago. It's the Zonai. I'm sorry, the Zonai, which I think, from what we're reading, is they're the ancient guardians. So
yeah,
they're like the precursors to the guardians. So I don't know. But apparently, this lore for this quote unquote race of monsters was buried deep in Breath of the Wild, and I literally beat all 4 divine beasts, ran around for a few minutes, and then fought Ganon and never touched the game again.
really. I did every shrine,
Yeah, no
every
surprise.
single shrine, and I gotta tell you, by the end, I was just my brain broke. I thought I really sat here for X amount of hours and did every single shrine. Um, but I mean, I do like the transition with the sky islands and going between the regular ground.
Well, I like how
I
the
think we're
float. I like how the float down feels infinite. So like
yeah.
you can decide where you're gonna go
Hmm.
before you ever have to commit. Like you don't have that. You don't have 7 seconds to commit to a location.
Yeah.
That seems to be a forever animation, which is really cool. But I could be mistaken.
Yeah, and I think we're just gonna see. I'm really excited to see what people do with the um the fusing in this game, like just to see what contraptions people build, all sorts of stuff, because it's just a unique element to throw in there, right? Because I've seen so many people go, oh, if they take, or if there's still breakable weapons, I'm not playing this game. And I'm like, the
I
only
will say I'm
break
slightly upset to not see breakable weapons, but I interrupted you. I apologize.
no, it's okay. The only thing that bothered me about the breakable stuff was a master sword bit. That was it, right?
Yeah, because I mean, well,
I
think you're swinging
right.
a tree branch. That thing is not going to last forever, and
No,
stone will
right.
make it last a little bit longer.
And we
But
don't know. We didn't see any examples of other weapons that might be in the game. Are we to assume that there aren't?
I don't know.
Like, are we to assume that aside from the master sword, this is it? I think that would be a little weird.
Well, I
Of
think it's
a
strange that the
tick.
Zonai have or Zaruna,
Yeah,
Zonai. I'll get it one of these days. Um,
Zoros,
yeah, the Zoras that
the Zoros.
they are also carrying around sticks and
Right.
doors and
That they've like
rocks.
made and that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's just it. I'm interested in how this is gonna go down. Like I really am. But
Mm.
I think Fuse welcomes um a level of customization.
Right.
I can speak. I promise. A
I
level
gotta
of
say that. Go ahead.
a level of customization that we're not going to see in any other game. But what were you gonna say?
No. The pitchfork really sent me.
Yeah, the fact that you can make a really long cord.
I was like,
The question is,
wow.
how long can you make it? Because
Right.
somebody said wait about 2 weeks. We're gonna see somebody kill Ganon from across the map, from spawn with a baton. You know,
Could you imagine? That'd be wild. I'm very intrigued.
speed run 42 sticks
Yeah. Well, and that's the cool
defense.
thing. I know we're gonna see a lot of like YouTube shorts and TikToks about people just creating fun stuff. I'm excited for that aspect for the community
Yeah,
to have to really let loose with it.
I think Ultra Hand, which is the building mechanic.
Right.
Not only that,
Yeah.
it's a callback to one of the first toys Nintendo ever made. Hashtag thank you. Um, I think that's gonna be the bulk of, and understand whenever I say the separation between content creator and streamer. That's where the
Yeah.
content creators are gonna shine because they're gonna spend
Yeah.
all of their time creating zany, unique things.
Right.
Um, but I'm interested because like we've seen some stuff they didn't really talk about in the demo, which was the battery, the battery
Yeah.
symbol that shows it draining. I wonder how you extend that. Um, I'm looking at screenshots right now, and we see different colored icons depending on what you're doing, and I would assume where you are in the world. Up at the top
Yeah.
left, underneath your hearts. So like where the Rivali's Gale and stuff were, we do see different
Right.
colored icons. So I'm curious if that's what ability you have attached. That could be what it
Right.
is now that I'm looking at it, but uh, I'm just excited.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna say that I was blown away by anything,
No.
but
But
I
it
think
was it was nice to get a
well I
taste, you
think
know.
Recall is gonna be probably one of the ones we're gonna die the most on testing out. You know,
Hmm.
can I rewind this bokoblin shooting an arrow at me? Can I rewind
Right.
my sword laser that I get? Can I rewind this waterfall back to
Hmm.
before it became a waterfall? Like what are the limits within Recall? And as we saw,
Right.
the piece stopped at some point. Like you can choose different points for it to stop, and then you can jump off
Right.
from there. So it's not just a one and done type thing. So that's pretty cool
Yeah.
to me.
They've been pretty secretive on. Now I know that someone and I'm not looking this up. I don't want spoilers.
Okay.
Someone leaked the art book, which is again really upsetting
Oh
because
yeah, yeah. I remember that
um
happened.
yeah, and I don't want to know the story elements until I go in. So if they're going to have more, if they're like we're going to do a 40-minute direct and show you like 20 minutes, I part of me won't want to watch that because I at the same time I want to experience so much just from
Well,
playing the
because we have a
game.
podcast, I'm gonna have to watch it because we're not
I
gonna
know
we're gonna
that's
we're not gonna not talk about it.
I know that's the thing. I'm like, I just really hope that yeah, you know, ah,
But
I
I see a big direct happening because
yeah,
E3, and I see Tears of the Kingdom being a big part of that. I will say, like I mentioned to you earlier, if they release a Fire Emblem Switch, I'm gonna be stoked. But I don't
no,
see how they could because we just got two Switch games basically back to back. I don't see another one being under development. As much as I want one to be, I don't see it happening.
right.
So
Yeah, I was kind of surprised to be honest with you that we didn't get one considering how popular the franchise is.
well, I was surprised
Um,
they didn't get one considering how huge Three Houses was. But like I was
mhm.
thinking they'd be like, oh yeah, let's just make one for Engage, but they didn't, and that's
Yeah.
okay. Like I'm fine with it.
Yeah, and
I'm also kind of sad to see though, like as much as we talked about this last time, was that the Tears of the Kingdom leaked console was the right one. We were both like,
right.
I don't like it, which obviously it was slightly different. I think
Right.
and so I don't hate the actual one that it is.
Yeah, I think what upset me initially is that somebody had to decided to ruin that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We didn't get to see that in a Nintendo announcement see for the first time. Someone scummy just thought, "Hey, I'm going to put this on the internet for clout." And it's really disappointing. And I will say that after I saw the reveal again today and I looked at all the images for the console, I did get lucky enough to pre-order the console and the controller. I love my pro controllers.
nice.
Um, I'm I'm excited to own it because I've wanted a Zelda Switch since the the first day of the Switch came out when I lined up at 4 in the morning to get a Switch with the neon Joy-Cons because there wasn't any cool Zelda one, you know. And I have the Animal Crossing Switch currently that I got years ago when it first came out. Um, but I've been waiting for like a Zelda one, and now there's an OLED, and we really don't know at this point when Nintendo might drop a new console.
Yeah, well,
So
they've already said they said within this one, um, they said with this announcement of Tears of the Kingdom and all that stuff that there
yeah,
still is no news they wish to give about a new console. Now, I will say,
right.
I think if we're gonna get a new console, we'll hear about it at E3 or maybe another press excuse me, another press event. But I don't know. I don't. I think they committed
Well,
to 10 years on the Switch. I think that's what they said. They said
yeah,
10 years. So we've still got 3 years left. And honestly,
yeah.
we've seen the Switch chug through those years and years of
Mm-hmm.
of, of
Mm-hmm.
support. So
Yeah, and again to see whether or not they go with a console that would be backwards compatible or not. But also with them not being at E3 and it sounds like E3 is not going to happen this rate. More people dropped out today. Um, but Nintendo would still have a big summer direct. There would be a big direct this summer for Nintendo.
yeah,
Um, where they would give us an E3 quality of announcements. But yeah, I think that like I'm excited for it. I know that I think it looks pretty. I don't love the Joy-Cons. That's my personal opinion. I love the dock. The Joy-Cons I mean, they go with the dock. You know what I mean?
well, here's
But
the
I never
thing.
use Joy-Cons anyway,
Yeah,
so
but also
I'll be
here's
using the
here's the
Pro
thing
controller.
is they're gold, and so we've always had,
Yeah.
well, not always, but for most releases of a Zelda game, you've had a gold variant, a gold
Yeah.
version.
Hmm.
So I'm glad to
Yeah,
see
it's
them go.
not. Yeah, it's not off-brand
I'm
kind
glad
of
to see them
thing.
go back to that finally after
Yeah.
not giving us that with the last couple of games,
Yeah.
like Age of Calamity, Hyrule
Yeah.
Warriors, Breath of the Wild, to an extent. Um, Starting going all the way back to Wind Waker because it was a disc. You
Yeah.
really could. I mean, the disc was gold, but like you couldn't really give us a golden GameCube. You couldn't really give us a golden Wii U. So,
Yeah.
um, but no, I think it's very much the same, but I think it's also gonna be very different.
Hmm.
So I mean, there's not like we can delve into overhauling game mechanic conversation because I think it's gonna be the
Yeah.
same basic game, just added mechanics that change the way
Right.
you do the same game, which is fine. I'm okay with that.
Right.
I want to know more story though. Like I'm thankful we got 10
Yeah.
minutes of gameplay, but I want to know more story. Give me some more, cutscenes.
I,
Give
I
me
it,
give me a lore
yeah.
dump.
I do kind of want to know, like, we have our theories. We spouted our theories at our other video we did where we talked about it. Um, it'll be interesting to see kind of what comes to fruition story wise that we thought we predicted, or if none of those are even close. You know, um, because the Sky Island thing again, like it feels like it's coming full circle. But who knows? I mean, I'm excited to see more. This direct was nice, or not direct. Sorry, this demo was nice because we did at least get to see how the game looks and some of the mechanics going in with it. And I think they're passionate. It's nice to hear that the game is it's gold, right? It's gone gold. It's
Yeah,
it's good
yeah.
to
I
be
was glad to
a
hear
release.
development has been completed. I'm
Yeah,
glad we didn't get another. We've got to push it back, which I knew we
yeah,
weren't gonna get, but I'm also just glad to see
right.
that it's done and that we can
Yeah.
finally look forward to its release.
Mm-hmm.
Which
And
we which
we're
which we
only
already
like
were, but
we're only like a month and a bit away,
and look,
month and a half
we're
away.
gonna go off Nintendo brand for about 3 seconds and just say, look, Diablo 4 is gonna take over lives.
Yep. That's why I'm
So
glad this is coming out in May and not June,
yeah, so we've got to
because
kind of
that
like
gives me,
we gotta give you like 2 weeks,
yeah,
2 or 3 weeks to beat it.
2-3 weeks, yeah, of that's gonna be it. Is I'm just gonna play
Yeah, and
Zelda
trust me,
for like 3 weeks.
yell at you if you play
Yeah.
anything but Zelda, even Fortnite.
No,
I'm gonna say nope. Go
no,
stream some Zelda.
just shelve it.
Let's beat
Get
it.
get on there. Yeah, I'm
I'll speed run you through challenges later.
Yeah,
we'll Katana boys it up later.
yeah, Katana Boys. Yeah, I will definitely be focusing my content around that. Just because I'm so excited. I love that I got to experience Breath of the Wild, and it's easily in my top favorite Zelda games just because it's so different. Um, I like how unique it was and how good it felt.
It
And
was
I'm
good to
just
break the
excited to
mold.
see more of that.
It was good to break the mold. Because
Yeah.
it was so formulaic of you go
Hmm.
here, you go to the dungeon, you're done,
Yeah.
you get the item, you go to the next dungeon, you get the item, you go to the next dungeon, you get the item, and you go to the next dungeon, you use those 3 items, and then you go
Yeah.
to the next dungeon,
Well, and
you
I'm
know,
curious, are we gonna get the same kind of approach of an open world scale of you can do things in any order? I don't
oh
know.
for sure, I don't see it being, I don't see them
Yeah.
going back to a linear
Yeah.
course through TOTK. I
Yeah.
really don't. Um, but I don't,
Like the,
I still don't know how they're gonna do because the divine beasts are done. Calamity
yeah.
Ganon is done,
Yeah.
unless they make the Sky Islands, which we've seen multiple. Was it the Sky Islands like
Hmm.
mini dungeons, and that's where you get your unique items by
Maybe.
defeating the Zonai champion or
Yeah.
whatever. Kind of like
Yeah.
kind of like we were the champions of the divine beast, and they're the champions of the Sky
Right.
Islands. Like unless that's a thing, I
Well, we know that in the last trailer we heard Ganon's voice and we saw Ganon's minions
yeah.
there, right?
But
They were
like,
still there.
we also,
But
I still say, and I agree. I should say, so I agree with you that the power we're using is the power of Twilight. Because
yeah.
if you look at the way that Link ascends um
Yeah.
through the floor, if you go back
Hmm.
and you look at Midna and how Midna would just kind of pop up out of nowhere, that's that same concept.
Yeah.
So I still, my theory still is that this is all of the timelines converging into one, and this is just that iteration of Link closing the timeline or
Yeah.
restarting the timeline, making it cyclical.
Yeah.
One of the two, like saying, "Oh God, it is so bad." Ganon did somehow come back even after Link won, and even after Link fell, Ganon is
Hmm.
still back. Like this is that amalgamation of that timeline. So
Yeah.
all of the powers that be are here. We had to create the divine
Yeah.
beasts, blah 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 blah. But by defeating the penultimate Ganon or this version of Ganon, we
Hmm.
then go back to Skyward Sword. I I don't know how. That's just how I'm seeing things at this moment. Just because we don't see
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, exactly. And we're just kind of our ideas and we love to spitball
Yeah,
and theorize. So,
but yeah, that's
uh
I'm excited for it. I don't really know what to expect,
yeah.
but I'm stoked.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun and I'm excited to see again everyone's creations in that. So,
Yeah, I it was a good 10 minutes. It was very much what we needed, and
yeah.
I'm excited to hear what the rest of you think.
Mhm.
So get at us. Let us
Yeah.
know. Give us your theories.
Yeah, let us know you guys thoughts cuz yeah,
Tweet
this is
us.
more so there was only so much to kind of like talk about here, but again, because we did like that extended talk before, but like again, I think the console does look really nice. I think the Pro controller looks nice. I'm not going to buy the carrying case because I never take my Switch anywhere. Probably, maybe I will. Who knows? Maybe on launch I'll go, haha. But I have the collector's edition pre-ordered because I'm a sucker, and even though there's not a lot in there, I'm still gonna get it
For
because it's
sure.
me.
I get it.
I'm trash.
I get it. But all
Yep.
right, guys, let us know down in the comments or in our
Yeah.
tweets, or
Everywhere.
make a video and be like, "Hey, UNS
Yep.
nerds, here's what I think."
Yep.
But we're gonna try to do more. I don't exactly know what we'll
Yes.
do, but like we're gonna try to
Yeah.
put out more content. It's just difficult with the. It's not so much a drought, but like we're in the beginning
Yeah.
of the year where there's nothing. It is a drought, but like it's not a drought because this is
Mm-hmm.
how it goes every year. Beginning of the year we get
Mm-hmm.
nothing. E3 hits or the week of E3 hits. Not really E3
Yeah.
itself because E3 hasn't been a thing.
Yeah. Summer Games Fest. That's what we're
Yeah,
starting
pretty
to get more
much.
of. Yeah.
Tokyo Game Show, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Although Tokyo Game Show thing already happened, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
we start to get all those
Yeah,
announcements.
and that's whenever all the news happens instead of E3, instead of
Yeah.
the beginning of the year. So, we'll make content around stuff. I think.
Yep.
But we appreciate you guys. Hope you're having a great March. I forgot what month this was,
Hmm.
but we're walking
It's a
into
month.
April. But yeah, Jim, just nah.
Yeah.
But with that, we're gonna get out of here. Have a good one,
Yeah.
guys.
See you guys.